Further ado, I would like to introduce one of our rock star companies, OrbitalRX. Adam Orsborn, take it away.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks. We definitely wouldn't be here without the New Ventures Accelerator, for sure. So the American Medical Association has deemed the drug shortage crisis as a national crisis. And I think you guys, it's important for you to understand, if you hadn't already heard about this on the news, if you haven't looked into this, if you were to be admitted to a hospital today, then most likely you would be affected by a drug shortage. They might not tell you about it, but it would probably be the case. Either a suboptimal therapy or something that wasn't available for you. We are seeing a new disruption on average every 3 days in the United States right now. And the FDA is tracking hundreds of disruptions, and the American Society of Health System Pharmacists is tracking about double that. So what is the issue with this? What is the problem with drug shortages? So for us, when we're in a hospital setting, we have, let me just make sure we didn't skip a slide here. Yep, we're good. So hospital the size of what you have in the city here today will do about 15,000 doses a day. And those doses have to come from the back dock. They have to be prepared, stored, and then administered to patients throughout the hospital. We have pre-selected those medications that make the most sense for safety and efficacy and efficiency of creating those doses to the patient. When the supply chain does not have the optimal medication available to us, that creates a huge burden on the supply chain, both from an operation standpoint and also the cost of that medication. OrbitalRX decreases the cost of those operations by up to 50%, and the cost of the medication shortage itself from a hard dollar standpoint for that drug by up to 30%. We are a B2B SaaS company. We serve over 16,000 hospital beds coast to coast, north to south in the US today, and we are founded by pharmacists who dealt with this problem firsthand on a day-to-day basis. So how do we do this? So it's three things. First, we aggregate all of the data that comes from systems that are disparate and do not provide us the view that we need to be able to solve this problem on our own within the hospital setting. Second, we provide a user interface that is farly distinct from anything that you can see today in healthcare, because it's beautifully designed, it's easy to use, and it's something that our clinicians actually can create great results from. The third thing is, because we're receiving external data and internal data about the sentiment of the supply chain and the buyers, we now have the ability to digitalize what's happening within the supply chain space, within providers across the country, and we can help suppliers, pharmaceutical manufacturers, and others in the United States create a consistent supply chain that helps to prevent these drug shortages in the future. We are the only company that does all of that. There's lots of other companies that do parts and pieces of this process, but we're the only one who creates a comprehensive data source that helps to actually solve this drug shortage problem. We finally hit 1 million ARR, so we released version 1 of our product in 2019, right before the pandemic. So that was a little bit of a tough time selling into hospitals, as you might imagine. We hit the 1 million ARR, and then the market crashed. And so all y'all out there who are giving companies money raised the threshold to about 2 million ARR to get the Series A investment. But I have a feeling that we're in a pretty good position to hit that as of the first of the year in 2023. And so we're looking forward to raising our Series A at that time, and maybe market conditions will improve as well. So we're also, in addition to investment, seeking additional partnerships with pharmaceutical manufacturers, active pharmaceutical ingredient producers, and other supply chain providers within pharmaceutical industry. So if anybody has any connections there, please reach out to me. Thank you so much.